Morning. Rise and Shine is here. We are going to get started. Everyone's on mute. All right. Today you're going to need a pillow for this workout. If you want it to just go under your knee so that you are not smashing yourself, because we're going to be in a half kneel to get started. So let's get started. We're still going to have good posture, always do, but we're going to start instead of standing in a half kneel. So join me. All right. So I've got my pillow here. And let's go ahead, half kneel position. But first I want you to make sure you're not leaning forward and nice posture. So we're not here, not slumping down, feel really tall there. Okay, so we're tall, half kneel, let's go into a glide. So we're just going to glide forward and back, nice and easy, just getting some mobility through the hip and through our ankle, just getting a little bit warm. Been sleeping. I think most of us are on the West Coast, so trying to just get that warmed up. All right. And let's switch this over to a side arm. So we got our glide going. Good. So same glide, but now we've got our arms. All right, good morning, Maria. All right, so now let's stop on this same side, but let's go wide. So we are just half kneel position. If you want to have a pillow under your knee, we're holding this a little bit longer on each side. So pillow for comfort if you need it, or just on your carpet, whatever it is. So now instead of leg forward, it should be wide, and we're just going to get some movement there. All right, staying nice and tall, and then let's switch it over to our other side. So go ahead and switch it over. Good to see you, Maria. And so now we're going forward. Leg is in line. All right. Good morning, Amy. So same thing. Just plain old glide, back and forth. All right. Amy looks somewhere fun, or at least not. Oh, she's like, nope, not somewhere fun, but not at home. Okay, so now let's take the same thing and we're going to just move our arms. So we're getting our arms same plane of movement, getting some movement through our back, and try not to let our knee come with, right? All right. So keep this going. And then we'll move the other leg. We'll move the front leg wide. All right, 3, 2, so same leg. Let's just get it out so it's a little bit wide, and then same thing. So now we get a little bit of stretch through that inner thigh. We're still working on hip mobility and ankle mobility. All right, small class today. I think no one realized I was back. I should have made that more obvious. Anyway, I'm back. It's so good to be back. All right, let's do 5 more seconds on this side, and then we're going to switch and go back to our first side. All right, everyone go ahead back to the first side. And we're going to just come, same thing that we were doing, except now I want us to reach up as we go forward. So it's going to limit our range of motion as we go forward. So I don't want you to think about reaching back, because that's going to get us a big arch. I want you to, as you glide forward, reach arms up. So it's like you're trying to reach the ceiling. Good. As you reach up, you'll notice probably you're squeezing those glutes. Good. I want you to come now forward, squeeze glutes as you come forward, getting a real stretch through our hip here. So it's not a reach back, even though thumbs should be behind you. So position those hands so thumbs are behind you, and now you're just reaching up towards the ceiling. Good. And 3, 2, switch it up, switch sides. All right. So now, same thing. Nice tall lift. All right. Good. Wow, we get back from Hawaii. It's like the same exact weather here in Portland. Okay, not nearly as humid, but it's so hot. Wow, I didn't expect that. I was not paying attention. I thought we'd come back to fall, which the leaves on my stoop suggest that it's time to start raking. But anyway, 3, 2, all right, grab your foam roller. We're going to lie down on our backs with our foam roller right under our lower, like right under our sit bones maybe. And let's see if we can get some stretch through the hips, just like we were doing. But now this is a more passive stretch. So once we have our foam roller, we're going to do just knee hugs. So everyone start with one knee bent, one leg extended. So once you have that knee bent, one leg extended, I want you just to relax in that position. We're going to do longer holds here. Getting in some good deep breaths. So your shoulders are on the ground. So make sure that both are pushed down onto the ground. Your hip is just opening and your heel is aiming towards the ground. One knee is hugged in. As you start to relax into that position, see if you can hug that knee in a little more. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So same thing on this side, just letting your heel drop. As it gets easier or feels more comfortable, you can squeeze in your knee a little bit more. Maybe you don't squeeze it in more, and that's okay. Nice deep breaths in this position. Good. And let's do one more time on each side. So go ahead, get into the other side. And really try and see if you can just let that leg relax. I know for me, I already feel like I'm squeezing my hip to not let it go down. Just let it go ahead. That heel falls to the ground, great. Probably depends where your foam roller is, if it does or does not. As long as you feel like you're getting a stretch through the hip of the extended leg, we are doing it right. All right, another 10 more seconds hold here, and then we are going to switch it to the other side. So a couple more deep breaths through this side, and go ahead and switch it up. All right, so now we are in the other side. Again, getting in some deep breaths. Nothing should feel difficult here. You should feel like you could hold this for a long time. Good. All right, see if you can get that heel, come down, maybe relax your leg a little more, let your brain just let it go. Might be the hardest part. Squeezing your knee a little more. We got just 10 more seconds here on this side. And then we're gonna turn over and roll our hips. So then we'll be finished with this hip sequence. All right, everyone, go ahead and get your foam roller. Put it to one side. So we're going to do one hip. We're going to get 30 seconds. Sorry, we're going to get 90 seconds on each side, and I'll announce every 30 seconds. So if you want to switch from inner thigh to the top of your quad around, and let's go for it. So hips, let's get these rolled out, get some heat through the muscles. You can do a roll, a side to side, more shearing motion, or that pin and stretch, whichever you decide. All right. So on Saturday, so I watched Brian's Ironman on Thursday, which was the women's pro race, all the women racers and some of the men's age groups. And then on Saturday, there was a second race for the men's pro race and then the rest of the men. Anyway, Brian and I were watching, and probably around the 10 or 10:30 mark, which is a fast time. You have 17 hours to complete this thing. Remember, oops, 30 seconds was 15 seconds ago. All right, so we're halfway through this side. We are on the run course at mile 25 and a half. So people have about 0.7 to go, if that. So a guy comes going by and he is weaving like he's very drunk. However, of course, he's not. He is drunk on endurance and not doing well. Anyway, 20 more seconds here, everybody. So he's weaving and the people behind him are, uncertain because it's kind of weird when someone's running like that. Anyway, so he gets to where we are and is barely able to move. Anyway, the saddest thing. So he sat down. Okay, everyone, go ahead, switch sides on the road. And people sort of stood by because you can't really give aid, and which feels unhumane. But anyway, so they are trying to just say, sit down. You can sit down for as long as you need. You have like 7 hours to finish this thing. Anyway, he had to be removed from the course by a nurse. after not responding, and he just ran himself into the ground and did not finish after doing the whole thing. That was 30 seconds, except for about half a mile. So that was maybe the saddest thing. And your body is amazing and it doesn't want you to die. So it just flattens you onto the ground, I guess, if you are not giving it what it needs. So that seemed like probably some sort of terrible combination of heat stroke and dehydration, probably lack of calories, all the things. 30 more seconds, everybody. So get into your final position that feels good or doesn't, and keep it going. Anyway, heartbreaking. I can't even imagine what he feels like, 2 days later. Hopefully he feels good, actually, and lives to run another day, because that just is so sad to see. But you realize exercising in the heat is no joke. 5 more seconds, and then we're going to put our foam rollers aside and get into a tabletop position. All right, 3, 2, let's put these suckers aside. Not too far away. We're going to get into a tabletop position, so stay where you are. The first thing we're going to do in our tabletop position, hands and knees, is we're going to just get into this hands and knees position. Feel light on your hands. So don't feel like you're pushing all your weight through your hands. Feel like you're lifting up your chest, kind of light on your hands, and then push forward. So you'll get stretched through your wrists, but also through your hips. Come push forward, and then push back, and then back to a good tabletop. Push forward, exhale, push back, and then back to a good tabletop. All right, we're going to just run through that sequence for 30 more seconds. So go at the pace that feels good for you. If one way feels better than another, you can hold that way longer. Just make sure you're getting in big breaths on this one. Good. All right, we're going to keep this going. We've got 15 more seconds. So again, if it feels really good to hold that child's pose and that push back position, go ahead. Get stretched through your armpits. If it feels good to get that hip stretch. 3, 2, come back to our good tabletop. So now for this one, we are going to slide one arm out as we come down. So I'll show you. I'm going to take my right arm, I'm going to slide it out, get a stretch through that chest on that right side, and then come back up to that good tabletop, then slide that left arm out. I'm pushing my shoulder to the ground, kind of like we're doing in a thread the needle, except we're going for that chest side stretch. Okay, just keep on switching hands. Stay down as long as feels good. We're gonna do this for 20 more seconds. Good. Exhale as you come down. Give yourself room through your chest to get all the way down to the ground. 5 more seconds. And then we're going to get back into our good tabletop. All right. So now back in our tabletop, we are going to do hip hurdles. We're going to do one side at a time. Now, these might be a very small hurdle for you. I don't want to see your back moving at all. So for me, this is way too big, right? You can see my back moving a bunch. I'm going to have still back and getting that hip moving. So this one, go for it. One side is going to challenge your core stability and your hip rotation. Trying to stay light on your hands. So that means pushing that ground away. So you should feel this, you should feel yourself having to stabilize yourself through your core. This is not, us doing a plank, but you should be feeling that. All right. And go ahead, switch sides. Excellent. All right. Keep this rolling. Yeah, Amy, your back is totally straight. Maria, I don't see your head moving at all. So seems like all good in the hood. All right, keep this rolling. All right. This has been feeling like the most super sports weekend for me I've had in the longest time. Watched 2 Ironmans. I'm tracking one of my athletes racing a 240-mile race in Moab, 5 more seconds. And one of my athletes did a 6-hour race. And there was stop there. Okay, let's switch this to bird dogs. We are going to do one side at a time. Everybody light on your hands. Let's get our left arm extended, right leg extended, and hold here. We're going to just hold through this position. Now, I don't want you just staying still. I want you to imagine you're pushing your heel back and reaching your arm forward. So you're actually not moving, but it feels like you're active in this position. So staying active in this position, really reach, reach, reach. Good, reach, keep reaching. So your glute is working. You're pushing the ground away with the right arm. And 3, 2, other side. Great, let's do other side. Here we go. Right arm extends, left leg back. All right, you're actively reaching the whole time, not a passive hold here. Reaching for something in front of you, kicking your heel back. Good, keep this going. Push the ground away with the left arm, keep the neck long. Good. Everything is working. Your whole body is working on this one. 3, 2. Nicely done. All right, let's stand up. Let's stand up. Okay, so we are going to get into a wide stance, and we are just going to come side to side. I want you to just think about getting a stretch through that trailing leg. That's first. Make sure your toes, make sure your feet are forward. Then let's make sure we get that stretch through the trailing leg. Good. All right, now let's see if we can get our butt sitting back a little bit more and coming down maybe just a little bit lower. It was lastest, not fastest, the Go Beyond race where runners were running 4.5 miles every hour on the hour until no one was left. So the runners, I think, went 140 miles, 140 something miles over 30 hours. So that's an impressive go. The same loop every hour on the hour. All right. And 3, 2, let's stay in this wide stance. Actually, you might want to make it just even a little wider. And we're going to come down into a hinge. See if you can come down into a hinge where you can touch the ground. That might mean a really wide stance, because then once we're down there, going to come lifting up. If you can't reach the ground, get something that gives you a little more space. So you can put your foam roller there and then staying down in that hinge position and rolling up one side at a time. Now, when you're down there, I want you to think about keeping your butt back. So it's easy to sort of put all your weight onto your hands. Don't do that. Let's see if we can get our hands light on the ground, keeping the weight back. Good. All right, 5 more seconds. So maybe 1 more on each side. And then good. Come on up. All right, and let's get our feet in a little bit more. We're just going to do a squat up to a twist. So we're just going to come up looking at the side and then squat back down and then look to the other side. That's it. Good. All right, so taking a look to your side. When you do that, you should be in the extension of this trailing leg. So your knee, ankle, hip, all of them are fully extended. Good. Kind of like a golf swing. I love when I say that. I have no idea how to do golf, but I do know when you're in a golf swing, you're like that. I've seen TV. All right, 10 more seconds. Good. And 3, 2, all right, let's get in the final thing, some ankle mobility. Just go for your, hang on to the wall, and let's do our foot back. You should probably know what is normal mobility for you. So start there, or actually start a little bit forward from there. If you know what you can do, start a little forward from there, get some wins, right? Get your knee touching the wall without your heel hitting, and then go ahead and move back just, centimeter or half centimeter by half a centimeter, see how far you can go, testing out that mobility today. Are you having a good calf mobility day, a good ankle mobility today, or you're feeling like, ooh, time for some foam rolling? This is a good test you can do to know. All right, other side. So same thing, start a little closer, then get a win, and then pull back as you go. If your heel is coming up even just a little, then it is no longer getting in that stretch. Good. All right. And 3, 2, 1. All right, get a drink of water. We're going to start our balance set. We are going to do some standing touches and some single leg deadlifts. We always do some variety of that, something that's like a single leg squat and something that's like a single leg deadlift. So our single leg squat, we're going to do standing on one foot, and then we're going to come down, touch forward. Whoop. I did the wrong hand. We're going to do the same hand as we're standing. Sorry about that. So we're going to touch in front of us, touch to the side, and then we're going to try and touch our own heel here. If you can't touch your heel, maybe you touch behind your knee, maybe you touch the middle of your calf, doesn't matter. So then you go to the other, then we'll do 30 seconds on one side, then we'll do the other, and then we're going to do a single leg deadlift where we get into that same bird dog position, but same side. So you can see I've got the single side going here, and we'll just do that moving bird dog position through that. All right, so let's start with whatever is your weaker side or your side for possibility, side for improvement. Let's start there. And then same hand, let's go ahead and go for it. Touching in front, touching to the side of your body, and then trying to touch your heel. And then keep going through that sequence. Good. Let's see it. All right. If this is feeling impossible, one finger on the wall totally works. Good. These look good. That heel touch can be a little bit tough because you have to come down into a good squat. But you guys are making short work of this. 3, 2. All right. Let's go back to our other side. So again, same hand as the foot, touch in front, touch to the side, good, and then let's get that heel, or whatever you can touch. Make a spot that you know you can do, and then try and just repeat that. So if that's mid-calf, totally fine, doesn't matter where it is. Whatever that spot is for you is what's good. Yes, looking good. 3, 2, all right. So now let's start whatever leg you weren't using. Let's get into that position for the single leg deadlifts. So the first thing first, everyone go ahead, join me. Let's get into that deadlift position. So now we're in that hinge, extending arm and leg, and now elbow to knee. Just staying in that hinge position this whole time, elbow, knee. Yes, good, good, good. Really thinking about, can you get parallel to the ground and stay there? Not easy to do. And not easy to hold for this full 30 seconds. Oh, no problem, Amy. Gonna have to come through the screen and throw little plastic balls like those kids play areas at you to make it harder. Yeah, Maria, there you go. Good, good, good. 3, 2, let's go right to the other side. All right, other side, get into that good hinge position. Knee is soft, and here we go. Extend that arm. See if you can get really long, just like we were doing in our warm-up, in that mobility warm-up, that long hold we did. See if you can feel the same. Nicely done. Good, keep this up. There's 5 more seconds. And good. All right. So we're back to those standing touches. So we're going to go through this one more time. You know what to do. So let's get into leg for opportunity, everybody. Here, same arm, same leg. Let's do it. Front touch. Oh my goodness, I still have poor balance on this leg, this foot. I hope that comes back. And heel, good. Front touch, good. Side touch, yes. All right. If this feels easy, you can close your eyes. That's going to make it harder. I do not need to do that. That's challenging enough. All right, 3, 2, let's go for the other side. And let's do it. All right. The good side, the side that's does not have as many opportunities. Gosh, feels so much better. That's annoying. Got to make these imbalances go away. That will be a lifetime pursuit. Good. All right. Make sure you're getting tall in between. There's only 5 more seconds, so maybe you get 2 more touches here. Whoa. And good. All right. Now we're going for our hinge. Join me in that hinge. Once you're in it, get long and knee to elbow. Nice. Good. So your foot should be doing all kinds of micro adjustments, helping you not fall over. Knee is soft, so it's not locked out. You should feel this in your hamstrings. You should just your whole body, sorry. This is your whole body working out here. So everything should be activated and working to get you into these positions. All right, 3, 2, let's switch to the other side. All right, here we go. Hinge it over, nice and long, and elbow to knee. Good. Just imagine you're really reaching for something. So instead of just putting your arm out, imagine you're really reaching for something. See if you can get long. So once you've got the balance really good, really down well, when you're reaching, so you can hold it just a little longer. Good. Activates the glutes, gets a stretch to the armpits. 3, 2, 1. All right, speaking of glutes, let's get down on the ground and roll ours out before we do our quick glute set here. So let's get 1 minute on each side. So we're just going to do a little quickie here. So everyone's got in a figure 4 or not. If this is not a comfortable position for you, don't do it. But let's get started here, making sure you've got your glute meats in gear. So Maria, I don't know if you saw the bike times for the Ironman. I wrote them down for you so you could have your mind blown. The woman went 26 miles an hour. So that is, what time is that? 4:42, 112 miles in 4:42. Yeah, thank you. That face is appropriate. Then she got off of the bike and ran a 2:51 marathon, which is a 6:29 pace. Yeah. Unbelievable. The men, he went a 4:11 for 112 miles, 4 hours and 11 minutes. That is 26.8 miles an hour over 112 miles. And then he ran a 2:36, which is 5:54 pace, other side. That is a 7 hours and 40 minutes to swim 2.4 miles, to ride your bike 112 miles, and then to 26.2 regular freaking marathon. I mean, some people like that. I don't think I could ride my bike 112 miles in 7 hours. Like just that. The math on that is unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. The times are so fast. It is so amazing. It is really cool. And their bikes, oh my God. Maria, you should check out these bikes. Unbelievable. Just some of them don't even look like bikes, but anyway, very cool to be able to witness that up close and personal, see them flying by. Really is something to see. Oh yeah, and in the heat, of course, right? All right, so everyone, we are finished with this glutivities. For our first thing, we are going to lie down on our sides, like we're doing kind of like a side plank or a clamshell, but we're not doing that. We're going to work on our glute med. So what we're going to do is two different things, but we're going to do them both at the same, one right after another. So first thing is we're going to be here. Our heel is up and our hip is stacked over the other hip. And our leg is just a little bit behind our body. And we're going to just come up and down, up to the highest range of motion. We're going to hold there. Then after we finish that pulsing hold, we're going to come down and come forward and back. So you're going to need this hand really helping to keep your leg at the same exact spot in space. So it's not coming up or around and you're really holding still. So first things first, let's just get to that extended. So the bottom leg is bent, the top leg is extended, and you've got your heel up. So it's a little bit of a twist of the foot. Your back leg is back. Again, let's go ahead and pulse at the top of the range of motion. We're going to pulse up here for 20 seconds. So this should make your leg feel like, oh, why? Good. All right. You've got that leg pulsing here. So we've got about 7 more seconds. And then we're going to go right into that forward and back. So it's a swing, but really controlled. Here we go. So it's forward and back. Your leg stays at the same exact spot. So if it's, 1.5 feet in front of you, same thing behind. Now, as you come behind, I want you to come as far behind as you can and then really get a squeeze there. Yes, now we're talking. All right, so my leg's burning. I don't know about you guys, but the burning is happening and in the spot I'm hoping. So yay. 3, 2, yowzas, other side. All right. So lie down, hips are stacked, make sure. Leg is just a little bit behind, heels up, here we go. So we're up in the tallest range of motion. So now our leg is higher than when we're doing those swings, and that's okay. Heels leading. Good, just a pulse. So we're really targeting this glute med here. Muscle that gets neglected, that we want strong. All right, 3, 2, let's go with our swings. This arm is helping support you. I am kicking my couch. All right. When you come back, when you really squeeze, heel comes up, then you should feel it in the right spot. Good. All right. And 5 more seconds. 3, 2. I don't know, that leg was not in quite as good of control. Now we're going to lie on our back. We're going to get into a butterfly position here. So our feet are together and we're going to squeeze through our feet. See if we can lift up our glutes off the ground and relax them. So we're just going to squeeze through our feet, squeeze the glutes, lift and lower off the ground. We're going to keep this lift and lowering going for 10 seconds, and then we're going to do a hold. If you can. If the hold doesn't feel good, you can continue with the lift and lower. But here we go. Really squeeze through your feet. Squeeze through your glutes. You're doing a hold here. That doesn't mean you're holding your breath. You're holding your glutes up by working. We're working those inner thighs, working our glutes. You should probably feel it in the glute meds that we were just working. Good thing there's only 5 more seconds to go. 3, 2. All right. Drop it down. One more time through. Go ahead and get to one side. We're going back to that same thing we were doing. So we're on our side, make sure your hips are stacked over each other, heels leading up, come to the tallest range of motion, and let's start the pulse for 20 seconds. Good. All right. So who needs bands when we can just come up to the tallest range of motion and just hold there? If you wanted to do something like this with bands, you can obviously do that very easily. Those will work. All right, 5 more seconds, then we're going to do those swings. 3, 2, all right, let's swing it forward. Arm in front, make sure that's working. You're stabilizing yourself when that leg comes forward and then squeezing glutes as the leg come back. Good. All right, this feels kind of Pilates-like, which I'm skeptical. Not skeptical, that's the wrong word, which hurts my feelings, I should say. Pilates is fine. It's when I try and do it. I feel like it's too hard and it looks like it should be easy. So that's annoying. 3, 2, 1. I'm not skeptical that it works. I'm skeptical that I can do it. All right, other side. Let's get into our position. Bottom legs bent, back legs stacked, hips, legs back, heels up. Here we go, 20 seconds, top of range. Good. Keep leading with that heel. Excellent. All right. Wow, this side is weaker than the other. All right. And 5 seconds, then we get that forward and back. And here we go. Good. When you come forward, really try and make sure you're stabilizing everything up top is staying still. Glutes get a good squeeze when you come back. 10 more seconds. Good. And done. Lie on your back. And we're going to do those butterfly glute lifts. So feet together, let's just get it started. So lift and lower, we'll start with those first 10 seconds are lifting and lowering. And then we'll move into the hold. All right, 3, 2, let's go into that hold, squeeze and hold. If you can't do the hold, that's fine. Just keep doing the lift and lower, also difficult, whichever works best for you. Good. 10 more seconds of this hold, just really squeezing tight. Good, good, good. 3, 2, drop it. All right. The final set before we roll our backs is, of course, we're going to do some core work here. So we are going to start with push-up planks, and then we're going to get on our backs and bring our foam roller or our pillow from our hands to our feet. You guys know that one. So push-up plank is first. We'll get into a good plank, and then we'll come from high to low. All right, everyone get ready. We're going to do this for 40 seconds, starting in 3, 2, you're on. So good plank, high plank to low plank. So wherever you are, high plank or low plank, make sure you change which arm is the leader. So both arms get a chance to play. Don't want to have an imbalance here. Good, good, good. 15 more seconds. Keep this going. Nice and strong. If it feels too tough to do those push-up planks, just hold the low or just hold the high. Either one works. 5 more seconds. So it doesn't matter to me if you're just holding that plank. 3, 2, good. On your back. On your back. Let's grab our foam roller or a pillow. Grab it in our feet. Hands are up. We're in this sort of a little bit of a weird dead bug position. Drop that roller down to the ground and then transfer it to your hands. Touch behind you. And then keep this going. If it feels too difficult to touch the ground with the roller or whatever you're using, then that is fine. You don't have to. Transfer it between your hands and feet, and that is plenty hard. Modify this as needed. You can keep it up here or get that touch Good, 15 more seconds. Good, strong work, strong work. 5 more seconds to go. And sweet. All right, going through that 2 more times. So let's get in a deep breath. Come on, strong. Let's do it. Push-up planks or hold a strong plank, whichever one works for you. Go for it. 40 seconds. So you decide what feels good. If you can do the push-ups, but they're just starting to feel difficult, just do less. So hold each position longer. You can hold the tall plank longer, hold the low plank longer, get in less reps, but you'll still get in some. That's the way to go. And then if you can't anymore, just hold. There's 10 more seconds. So if you're feeling like, oh, I want this to be done, just count it down with me for 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, great. All right, right onto your back. Not a lot of rest in this. It's basically almost 6 minutes of ab work without a lot of rest. Here we go. You're on. Get that roller or pillow transferring. If you want to make it fun, you can toss it to yourself. So you can throw it from your hands to your feet or feet to your hands. Make it fun. Doesn't have to be all just a grunt. Good. All right, 15 seconds to go. Last little bit here. And 3, 2, nicely done. Okay, last time through. If you're feeling like the push-up plank is just horrible, again, hold it low, hold it high, whichever you want. We're going for 40 seconds. So everyone get in position, strong, say it to yourself, I'm strong, I got this, let's go. Nice tall, nice low, keep it coming. We're gonna go right from this one. Let's keep the timer rolling after we do this, right into that toss, or keeping our back on the ground. So this will be about 1.5 minutes, right on through. You got this. Good. We're going to switch sides in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, onto your back. Let's go. Final bits. Good. Strong posture. Oh, how are you guys feeling? Tell your cats, tell the hotel room, whatever it is, keep this up. 20 more seconds. And then we get to use that foam roller and flop it onto our back and use it as an actual roller. We'll roll our back as the final thing. Make sure your back is on the ground for these last 5 seconds. So you've got great posture. And 3, 2, nicely done. Yes. Okay, you've earned it. Relaxing, deep breathing on the foam roller on your back. Amy, I don't know if you have one, do you? I didn't think so. That's cool. You can lie on your back with your back on the ground, just getting it all onto the ground and just feeling relaxed, no gravity. You've got your foam roller. We're just gonna roll it up 1 inch at a time. Every inch you can just hang out in a spot, go side to side, curl over the roller, and then go up 1 other inch, curl over that roller, get a little shearing motion, and repeat, repeat, repeat. Good. Yes, you can get in open books if you're not rolling. See you doing that, Amy? That's a good modification. Whatever feels good. Awesome. All right. So once you get up to your shoulder blades, you can spend a little time around there, making sure our arms are free for reaching our handlebars, reaching our computer keyboards, of course, and a good arm swing in our runs. All right. I am going to the podiatrist on Wednesday, and hopefully they'll be like, go for a run. And I'll be so happy. And then I'll die after 5 minutes of running, but it'll feel a good death. Can't wait. Good. Everyone, just get in whatever feels good in this last 30 seconds. And then we are donezo with this workout. I'm so glad to see all of you guys back here. I'm happy to be back in this live in the studio. Let's see, how many Mondays do we have left? It's an endangered species, this class now. All right, this one, next one, 2 to go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yikes. Well, thank you guys for joining this morning. And if you want to say hi, I will turn off the recording.